Shall move over Disney and Universal. It's Seaworld's time to get the Planet Mark Top 10 treatment. Hey, Planet Mark here, your one-stop vlog for everything theme park information videos and countdowns. And today we're counting down the top 10 best SeaWorld rides and attractions 2018. Before we get started though, make sure you've subscribed to Planet Mark and hit a bell notification to be told of the next great upload. But before you do that, make sure you check our links in the description box below for great Orlando vacation essentials. So I'm just going to lay down some quick ground rules before we get started. I'm talking about just SeaWorld Orlando. None of the other parks, not the California parks or wherever the other SeaWorld parks are located. Not Busch Gardens, not Aquatica, just SeaWorld. We got that? Cool. Let's get started. Number 10, Infinity Falls. Okay, the only reason why it's at number 10 is because we just could not have it on a list, but we're going in November, so make sure that you are ready for that because we will be giving you a full and detailed review of it then. But still, Infinity Falls does look really awesome. It's like a River Rapids-y kind of ride. Will it be able to compete with Cali River Rapids and the Popeye one at Universal? There's a 40-foot drop. It's 1,500 foot long and it's set to debut this year. We are so excited. Number 9, Pets Ahoy. If cute doggies and cuddly kittens are your kind of thing, then Pets Ahoy is definitely for you. It's mainly the pets just doing tricks and doing menial humanistic things like going on dates and driving cars, but obviously done by dogs and cats makes it a whole lot cuter. But unfortunately, that's really about it. There's nothing groundbreaking, it's very cliche. I mean, and once you've seen it once, you probably don't really need to see it again, unless you've got kids. It's the only time which I'd think, you know, because kids love animals. I mean, we love dogs, but we don't really need to see it again, because nothing actually changes. Fun fact, all of the animals that appear in Pets Ahoy have been rescued, as in they're normally the animals which don't really do very well in like homes. They normally don't get picked or they just get brought back. The ones that are picked for Pets Ahoy, they're normally the ones which have undesired pet traits, like they're always really active, always need to be played with. That's why these animals are perfect. They love being played with, they've got loads of shows every day and they enjoy the limelight and all of the attention. Number 8, Blue Horizons. Okay, Blue Horizons is a dolphin show with dolphins doing loads of various tricks, acrobatics to a beautifully sang soundtrack. This in fact gets extra points because last time we went, the dolphins weren't playing ball or whatever, or hoops or whatever the equivalent of dolphins is. So instead of just saying, no, we're not doing it, cancel it, they instead decided to actually show us how they train these animals, how they get them to do these tricks, and they didn't force them to go do the show if the dolphins didn't want to. You can see that in our other video, in the, like, kind of popping up now. If anything, actually better than the show, because I've seen the show quite a few times before. Laura hadn't. But seeing how they do these with all these animals, it's showing when things don't go right properly, and it was really good. You learnt a lot from it, and it was really exciting. Number 7, Journey to the Antarctic. This is really cool. I mean, literally, and also figuratively as well. So basically, it acts as an adventure as you follow the journey of one miscellaneous penguin, which I can't remember the name of. It begins with a P. If you can remember, tell me in the comments section below. You get extra points if you do that. So it's not just you go onto the ride, get off. Penguins that way. It's like you see a film first, get to know the penguins. I think it's narrated by not Bill Oddie, one of them like that. Oh, I can't remember his name. The nature documentary guy. There you go for all this Arctic themed hallways, and then you get onto the ride, which is kind of like a lifty thing. If you've been on Soaring before at Walt Disney World, then it's kind of like that, but with penguins. Then once you've got off that, you go through to the penguin enclosure, which smells like the belly of a whale. It is mega fishy, as you'd probably expect from a penguin enclosure. I feel really sorry for the people that actually have to work there, having to smell fishy all day. But anyway, there are people there to answer all your questions about penguins. They answered my question of, like, afterwards, when you go out, there's even more animal enclosures. It's probably the most zooey part of Seaworld. It kind of follows on to that adventure, again saying that once the ride's over, it's not over. Kind of that kind of feeling. And so I asked them, well, where's the polar bears? Because the polar bears was all awesome. I remember looking at the kid to see these polar bears. So I was like, where are the polar bears? Like, have you got them somewhere else? And he was like, no, they died. Number 6, Journey to Atlantis. This is a log flume kind of crossed with a roller coaster ride, and as the name entails, you're going to visit the lost city of Atlantis. Yes, and you can put your money on you're gonna get wet. Opening in 1998, it has a 60-foot drop and 5 animatronic characters which you get to see during your adventure. So just imagine that it's kind of like Splash Mountain with multiple drops, the biggest one obviously at the end, but without the singing and racist characters. Number 5, the Clyde and Seymour Show. Basically, if you don't know who Clyde and Seymour are, they are 2 Seaworld Sea Lion vets. And the vets is like the old people, not like animal vets. They're certainly not that. Basically, this show isn't nearly as well known as it should be. I love their shows because they're always so fun and entertaining, whereas all the other shows used to be really serious and, you know, just trying to show off how important, like, kind of have some big message like, oh, we're looking after the wildlife and everything. But no, they're just all about the fun, and that's what you want. You want to be entertained, and that's exactly what they do. It's got fun songs, it's got sea lions, it's got tricks. What else could you want? And it's now being reinvigorated. It used to be a pirate show, and now it's been reinvigorated to be like called Sea Lion High. It's like a modern twist, where like some generic storyline of them needing to finish class by the end of the day, so they have to do all their classes and do various tricks, blah blah blah. I'm not going to give away the ending, but you can probably guess what happens. Admittedly, they have got rid of the best Clyde and Seymour show. Basically, they used to do 2 a day. They had the Clyde and Seymour show, the normal one, the old pirate show, and they have one right at the end of the day, where they go through all of the shows. You have to see all the shows in Seaworld to get it, but they pretty much just make fun of it, like him dressing up as sea lion, doing like Pet Ahoy stuff. It was really, really good, and it was hilarious. And they had this hilarious mime that always used to make fun of the people as they're walking in, you know, just commenting saying that person looks like a drunk, but obviously not, because he can't talk. But anyway, so that was the funniest part, and they got rid of that, so it's really a shame, but Clyde and Seymour still definitely worth going. It's number 5. Number 4, Kraken. Okay, stop right there. We haven't been to Kraken VR or Kraken Unleashed yet, so again, we're only giving our verdict on the original Kraken. That's why, I mean, it might go higher up the list, it might go down the list, but at the moment it's number 4, based on the old Kraken ride before the update. I can only imagine the update making it better, but we'll have to see in November again, but when we do, we'll give you an honest review. So Kraken is fast-paced, it's scary, it's big, it's got all of the best parts of a roller coaster put into one. It's 153 foot tall, it has a maximum drop of 144 feet, and it's 4,177 foot long, of intense drops and intense corkscrews, loop-de-loops, just mentalness. It's an awesome roller coaster, that's all you need to know. And finally, best part about it is it meets a top speed of nearly 70 miles an hour. Number 3, Mako. Now this is a hyper coaster. It's bigger, longer, and faster. This is Orlando's first hyper coaster. I don't really know what the criteria for being a hyper coaster is, but that's what they're saying anyway. It's like the next level. SeaWorld have brought the next level. They brought their game. This is 200 feet high with a 200 foot drop, so you go down the tallest part to the lowest part of the roller coaster. It's 4,753 foot long, and it reaches a speed of 73 miles an hour. The only reason why this isn't higher on, you know, like the hypercoaster, why it's not a number 1, is because there's no inversions, no loops, no corkscrew. It's just really fast and really kind of like a Big Dipper, if you know what one of those is, if you're a theme park regular. Fun fact though, just outside of Mako, there's a big mural of a shark where it's made up of recycled junk, which they've just found in the sea. I don't know whether they're trying to make some kind of point, and this is all the stuff that we throw away, and we've made some beautiful artwork with it. But anyway, yeah, still go have a look. Number 2, Shamu Show. Okay, so this is a classic, iconic, globally known show featuring music, dancers, divers, and of course, whales. Stop right there. Let's not sound the controversy sirens. Basically, I don't want to hear anything about like Seaworld's breeding program. It's all gone now. No more breeding programs. Telecom is dead. The one that killed 3 different people. Admittedly, you could argue he's got killer in the name. Why was a drunk person climbing into his tank at night where he's a killer whale? That's just like saying, I'm gonna leave my kids with the new babysitter, Mr. Stabby. One thing I will say though is because they've stopped the breeding program and Seaworld have announced last year that they're getting rid of all of the Shamu shows, go see it. Because, you know, you might not like the idea of it, but it's a fantastic show still and it's going to be gone. Chances are, once it's gone, they ain't bringing that back. So it's an icon, it's a piece of our history and you don't want to miss that. Fun fact though, the Shamu, the actual proper Shamu that was born at Seaworld, he was born in the 60s, died in the 70s. So you're probably wondering why they still use the word Shamu if Shamu hasn't featured in the shows for nearly 40 years. Basically, Seaworld just trademarked the name Shamu, and because it's their icon, they're making so much money off the name Shamu, they can just stick any killer whale and say, yep, that one's Shamu. Any orca there, that's Shamu. And finally, number 1, Manta. So if you've ever wanted to fly like Superman, I mean, Manta, eh? Through multiple inversions and loops at high speeds, finishing off by spraying you at the end of the ride, which in the Florida hot sun is only a good thing, then Manta is definitely the ride for you. It's our favourite every time. 3,359 foot long, 140 foot high, 4 inversions, a pretzel loop, pretzel loop, 2 inline twists, and a corkscrew. It's number 1 because it's so unique and awesome. Fun fact, you're probably thinking, but Planet Mark, isn't that going to be really loud? Well no, Seaworld have thought of a way around this. Well, maybe not them, but their engineers. They basically, for the loudest parts, they put sand in the tracks where it's going to be the loudest, and that absorbs most of the sound. Ooh. And that's it for our list, but that's just my opinion. I want to know what's your opinion. Tell me in the comments section below. But before you do, make sure you've subscribed to Planet Mark and hit our bell notification to be told of the next great upload. And check out our links in the description box below for great, super cheap Orlando Vacation Essentials. Share and like this video. Follow us on Twitter at PlanetMarkVlog or Facebook.com/PlanetMarkVlog or Instagram at Disney.Dreamer_UK. See you next one, guys. Bye.